Hello everyone and welcome back to Zoocrafting! I am Zookeeper Seri, still in my adorable giraffe outfit because we're still working in the safari zone! And this is actually where we are going to be doing a lot of work today, hopefully putting down more of the trees, putting down more of the glass, but also maybe catching some rare butterflies. And we're going to talk about building the giraffe barn! Because I had an epiphany, you guys, an epiphany! I realized that it's going to take us a little while to surround the entire area that we're planning to surround with the fencing for our safari zone, because we're going to make this a huge safari zone. We're going to have room for tons and tons of animals. There's going to be red river hogs. We're going to change these little pigoos into like warthogs and red river hogs. We're going to change the sheep into all sorts of like beautiful gazelles. We're going to change the cows into all sorts of water buffalo, and they're all going to be roaming around. But I also want to have herds of giraffes, herds of beautiful giraffes, who are one of my favorite animals of all time, which is a new thing. You can have a new favorite as you get older. Just remember that. But yeah, I want to have herds of giraffes running around here too. And I realized if I want to have herds of giraffes, but we only have 3 giraffes that I got as a birthday present from Pavo, then I'm going to need more giraffes, which means you guys, giraffe babies! Giraffe babies! We need to make giraffe babies! And how do we make giraffe babies? Well, you feed the giraffes, but you also need to make sure you're responsible and you have enough room to feed the giraffes these special apples that will make them breed and end up with giraffe babies. So I realized we need to build a giraffe barn! And if we build a giraffe barn and make a special giraffe area, then can I say the word giraffe enough? Oh my goodness. Then after we do that, we will be able to like close this area off, build a giraffe barn, let the giraffes have adorable babies, and then we can breed them while we build up the rest of the safari zone. And then by the time we're ready to open up the big safari zone, we should have lots of giraffes. And the research I was doing actually said that's really good for giraffes to have good social groups with a lot of age variation, because it really mimics what they normally run into in the wild more often. All right, Ash, you guys can follow me around now. Come on, Zozo. All right, and where's Lily? Lily, that takes a little bit of work, Lily. I'm pretty impressed. You managed. There's a pigoo on top of you, Lily. That's adorable. She managed to like climb into the shade. That's adorable. But yes, so I was doing some research on like giraffe. Lily, Zoe, do be careful, guys. I don't want to smack you guys accidentally with this axe. That could be very painful. On what giraffe social groups normally are like, and apparently giraffes really do like it when there's different age groups involved. Normally you'll have your females roaming around with their young, and you won't really get the males unless they are, oops, okay, I need to be careful. I'm starting to cut down the Enderman forest. I'll have to be a little bit careful about that. But you won't really get male giraffes messing around with the others unless they're coming by because it's time to breed. However, all right, watch out, Zozo. I'm trying to remember what I'm trying to say about giraffes. However, there is a lot of social stimulation in being able to run into like a bachelor giraffe or have to fend off his advances or just have the babies in the group. So it was really interesting. I'll have to link you guys to the article that I was reading. So it made me pretty excited about the idea of making sure that we have well fleshed out social groups for our giraffes. There's going to be bachelor males. Normally the males are the ones who kind of wander off on their own. Lily, Lily, come on, puppy. You can't block me. We can't have I mean, I guess we could have a doggy door. It's not like the giraffes are going to escape out that hole, but still. Oh, goodness. I think I'm going to go ahead. Should I leave this big guy? We'll leave this big tree because it's kind of cool looking. And let's see, can I just make like a clean line? I sure can. And I think this is like going to be the back corner where we might build the giraffe barn. Oh my gosh, that would be so much fun. That would be so much fun. Anyway, yes. So giraffe social groups normally work pretty loosely. What I was reading is they aren't like elephant herds where you end up with members who remember each other for years and years and years. You'll end up with giraffes who have preferences, like they clearly prefer one giraffe over another. A lot of different animal groups will be like that. They're like, no, this is my friend, you're not my friend. And they'll have that even among giraffes too. The case I'm thinking of, the interviewer asked the giraffe keeper if she noticed any preferences among the giraffes, like anything that really gave them personality or differences. And she mentioned how a pair of sisters clearly preferred each other over, no, I wasted that glass. I really need to make that silk touch pickaxe. But she mentioned how a pair of sisters that she took care of clearly preferred each other's company over the company of other giraffes. And there was one female giraffe who was extremely independent, didn't really like hanging out with the keepers, didn't really like hanging out with other giraffes, but a lot of the keepers liked her. Oh, what? Excuse you? I know, Lily. I heard that zombombi too. No rude zombombi-ness needed here. All right, Zozo. Are we sitting on top of a zombie? Huh, we might be on top of like a little cave system. But yeah, it was a pair of giraffe sisters who really got along the best. And they didn't really care for other giraffes, or they didn't really want to spend time with other giraffes. But then there was a female who was super independent, and a lot of the keepers actually really liked that about her. She had a lot of personality, they said, because she didn't really want to hang out with anybody. She was just kind of ignored the keepers if they were around, didn't even want to bother with them, even if they had yummy treats to offer for training. And I thought that was kind of fun. And the males apparently spend pretty much the majority of their time chasing after the females, no matter what season it is, no matter if the females are ready for breeding or not. So they're constantly distracted by, like, I guess the boys will be boys sort of mentality of the animal world, where what's on their mind all the time is trying to make new baby giraffes. So yeah, it was a really cool article. I'll definitely try to remember to find it and like put a link to it for any of you guys who love researching those kinds of things. Bay tree seeds, what? Oregano seeds. Oh my gosh, we've just got cucumber and squash showing up here. All right, and let's go ahead and put the dirt down. But yes, that's why I want to build a giraffe barn. Long-winded way of Seri saying she did some research on giraffe enrichment, came up with that answer. And speaking of giraffe enrichment, I learned how cool giraffe barns can be. Oh my goodness. Let's see, there we go. Oh my goodness, did I ever learn how cool giraffe barns can be? Because I was looking up pictures of giraffe barns, and there's giraffe barns. Oh, and why do you need to build a giraffe barn, by the way? Because giraffes are very sensitive to temperature shifts. Oh no, I almost ate this ostrich. I don't want to eat this ostrich carrot and sweet potato mash. That's for the dogs. I want an apricot jelly sandwich. That's much more delicious. Look at this. It's getting enclosed so quickly. We're definitely going to put the giraffe barn, I think, over here. I might even just like put it along this line. But giraffe barns are different from normal barns for many reasons. One of which is they need to be a lot taller. A cow is not a very tall animal. They don't really need to worry too much about just how like tall the ceiling is. As long as like a human can walk into the barn, cow can probably walk into the barn too. Giraffe, however, is extremely tall. So not only do you need to have a tall barn, you need to make sure that the barn is evenly heated. Giraffes are really tall, and what's up top in terms of temperature towards their head is going to be different than the middle of their body and the bottom of their body. If you feel around in the room you're probably in right now, you will see that the temperature is different up at the ceiling than it is down at the ground. And as a reptile keeper, like, I know those things because you have to think about like the heat at the different levels of your reptile enclosures. Well, it's like that for giraffes too. You need to make sure that the heat up at the top of the giraffe's head is similar to the torso and similar to the feet, because you don't want to have a lot of variation in that temperature range. You want to try to keep the giraffe you want to keep your giraffe evenly warmed throughout the entire giraffe. It sounds like rotating a roast or rotating like a piece of bread in the oven or something, but it's like that for giraffes. You don't want to have a lot of temperature variation, so giraffe barns have to be very carefully built for insulation and for being able to manage that range of temperature. Not to mention the size, but the height was one of the things that really amused me, because there's walkways. There's, I think it's the Columbus Zoo is where I found pictures of the keepers on walkways, you guys, where they would use these huge walkways to get up at giraffe eye level and feed and care for their giraffes, and that just tickled me pink, and I absolutely loved it. And so we're going to build a giraffe barn that's going to have walkways and all sorts of things like that. And thank you guys so much. Somebody, I need to add it in, but somebody has already sent me a great book that actually examines, like a book that they wrote, by the way, that examines Enderman culture. And we will definitely be turning this Enderman village into someplace that we will be visiting in the future. There's so many ideas. I love it. Oh, and there's a horse. See, we could rescue that horse and take it to the Meadow of Horses once we get the Meadow of Horses up and going too. That's going to be awesome. All right. And I think I'm trying to figure out how we're going to like enclose. We'll just keep going for a second, and then we'll turn around and figure out how we're going to enclose just the giraffe barn area. But yeah, there's walkways so that the giraffe keepers can get up to the height that the giraffes are at and just like feed the giraffes by hand, do a lot of training. What you want to do is you really want to teach the giraffe like to lift its hooves for you. Hello, chicken. You want to teach the giraffe that humans are okay, not because you want the giraffe to become tame or anything like that, but because you need to be able to work with them as a keeper for whatever. Lily, watch out, girl. Watch out, my lovely. Oh, hello, horse. Are you going to come and be like, I don't know, a gazelle? What would it, a zebra? A zebra. That would be so cool. We need to add zebras over here too. It's going to be awesome. Very nice, very nice. This will be the boundary. But yeah, you have to teach your giraffe how to lift its hooves up and how to be very patient and deal with the keepers. And the thing is, even though the giraffe is so big, and we're probably not looking at the giraffe and going, ooh, that looks like lunch, a lot of other creatures are. And so giraffes are still prey animals. They still have, like horses, a prey animal mentality. Yes, don't worry, I'm not going to eat you. I am a giraffe. Whoops, that's the inside of a horse. Well then, hello. I got a little bit closer than I anticipated there, but don't worry, little horse. I am a peaceful giraffe. I'm going to nibble on these leaves, nothing more. All right, and then I think maybe over here, we're doing pretty good with this fencing. Actually, I'm pretty happy with it. We'll probably alter it a lot. Oops, I actually don't want to take this down because it's supporting a little beehive. I don't want to mess with the poor little bees. But yeah, we'll probably alter this quite a lot when it's time to make the passage into the Enderman village. But for now, I think this is the best way we've got to sort of like put down the line. All right, watch out, Lily. Watch out. I'm trying. There's so many things. I'm trying to talk about giraffe. No, Zoe. Please don't do that. Oh my gosh, that's a funky looking tree. Well, that's not quite what I anticipated. I guess we'll roll with it. Why not? All right, and I think I'll just put down like one line for now and then come back. Watch out, Ash. Oh, my puppies. And then come back and work around the puppies and add more. All right, watch out, guys. Now I've got to focus. You're distracting me. All right, but yeah, so I don't even remember. No, Rain. I don't even remember what I was saying. But basically, giraffes are awesome. The barns have to be specifically built. And there were walkways. It was the Columbus Zoo. That's what I was saying. The Columbus Zoo had walkways that the keepers could walk along. Oh, and giraffes as prey animals, you have to do a lot of work with them to earn their trust. And some giraffes will attach to different keepers. They need regularity and routine. Keeping the same keepers for the prey exhibits, in the interview I read, said that that's much better because the prey animals are more likely to adapt better if they see the same faces, hear the same voices, the same tone of voice, the same level of voice. Everything from what color of clothing you're wearing to how loudly you speak can alarm or calm or just keep the prey animal, the animal you're taking care of, in a happy place. And that's the goal, so that you can earn their trust, so that then when you need to act on that trust by maybe having to do something like give the giraffe some medicine or lift their hoof so you can examine their leg, that's a very vulnerable position for a prey animal to put itself in. So you have to kind of win their trust, earn their trust, and keep it so you can take better care of them. So that's why, the long and short of it, we're going to build an awesome giraffe barn. And I think we're going to actually stretch the giraffe like area probably right from that tree right there to maybe over here, and it'll be like a big area where it's just for the giraffes, or maybe a little bit further, maybe from that tree, and then right along here, maybe. Yeah, we don't have to make it like a perfect, in fact maybe it'll be like this, dunk, and it'll just be like the private giraffe area. All right, I think that's a good idea. And then, aha! And that's also what I was thinking. And kind of near this thing. I need to surround this thing by not... I need to surround it with like a hedge fencing or something. It's just not going to fly if I don't have a bit of protection there. So let's go ahead. All right, watch out, puppies. I'm going to have to clear out some of these leaves. I feel kind of bad because it's like, oh no, I feel really bad now. Hang in there, little ants. I was thinking of the ants because of the way that the ants will develop a relationship, that symbiotic relationship we talked about with the acacia saplings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an acacia sapling right here, and we can say that's like a little termite mound or an ant mound or something. There we go. All right, how many? That doesn't give me enough oak leaves. Let's go see if I have more oak leaves over here. Aha! And yeah, we're going to start putting hedge fencing around that canyon so I don't plummet to my doom, as I tend to do when exposed to to open areas like that. Let's see. And we can also get some, is there any oak saplings? There's some oak saplings. I can put some oak saplings down real quick. Ooh, basil seeds. And then we can get more leaves. And get that built. Oh my goodness. Well, phooey, why'd you have to turn out so amazing? How am I going to cut you down, you glorious thing? I don't know if you gel with like... why did it have to turn out so cool? I don't know if I should leave that there, but I'm going to for just now. Because curses, that tree looked really cool. Alright, you're more normal. I can handle cutting your leaves off. Alright. I wonder, are there oak trees in the savannah? I don't know. There's so much I'm going to learn. See, that's why I'm so excited, because I spent my morning learning about giraffe barns and doing research about giraffe barns. What sane person, like what everyday normal person is going to just sit there and try to research giraffe barns? Probably not many people. I'm pretty sure most of the information I've told you guys about the giraffe barns having... Oops, nope, my shears broke. Phooey. But I'm pretty sure most of the information I've told you guys about giraffe barns having special walkways for the keepers to walk on, or the puzzle feeders. I need to make sure I show you guys the puzzle feeders that I found for the giraffes for their enrichment, which just cracked me up. Oh my gosh, it was so cool. But giraffe puzzle feeders, so that the giraffes will spend some time having to kind of work for their food. The majority of what the giraffes normally do in the wild will be foraging for food. And so if you want to do well by your captive giraffes, then you try to mimic the things that they would do in the wild. It's not going to be like when you watch a cat or dog play and run around and have a great time, and you expect to see a cat or a dog really interacting, like tearing into a toy. That's not how giraffes are going to act. If you want to make a giraffe happy, you want to make sure that they have what they normally do in the wild available to them to do, so they can do their natural behaviors. And for a giraffe, that is going... Whoops. All right, we'll have to clear some of the grass out around here. For a giraffe, that's going to be working with puzzle feeders. So, like stimulating how they would have to... Ooh, okay, I almost fell into that hole. Let's cover this puppy up before my puppies knock me into it. Thank you very much. And there we go. And maybe a little bit more protection over there too. There we go. And then I'm going to surround this with the hedge fencing. But yeah, so if you want to make a giraffe happy, a lot of people at zoos will like come over and be like, oh, the tortoise is so bored. Look at it. It's just laying there. That's what a tortoise does in the wild. To make the tortoise happy, you want to let it be able to just lay there and have like a happy nap on some warm sand. That's enrichment for a tortoise. And for a giraffe, being able to have to work to get to your food may not sound super exciting from our human point of view. It's like, why would you want to make eating something difficult to do? But for a giraffe, that's actually how they're going to spend their day in their wild, foraging around. That's how they get their mental stimulation, is trying to figure out, oh, there's a zombie over there. All right, is that a villager zombie? No, it's just a normal zombie. Okay, that's not nearly as exciting, so I can ignore him. All right, I'm gonna just casually tuck this over here. So if you want to make a captive giraffe happy, then you want to give it that stimulation of like trying to find its food, forage for its food. Where is it going to find the best leaf on this tree? How is it going to eat around the ants on the acacia trees that we talked about? You don't really want to give like your captive giraffes any ants they have to fight with just to get their food. But you get the idea. Who? What? Zoe! What happened? Who? Is it Thorns? Oh, Zoe! Jeez, why didn't you say something? Come here! No, don't run away if you're hungry! Zoe! Oh, jeez, Louise! Puppies, come to me! If you guys are hungry, if you want to keep your puppies happy, then feed them on time. You guys need to speak up before, like it's all doom. I'm sorry, Ash. Everybody sit and rest. I'm so sorry, little ones. I am so sorry. I was so distracted building my little hedge fencing so I don't plummet to my death. I didn't notice that they were starting to starve. Phooey. All right, so, okay, and we're going to have to take care of this. I'm going to let them recover. Oh, jeez, I always hate when that happens. I feel so bad. My poor puppies. All right, we're going to make sure that this is closed off. And we'll work a little harder at making sure, like, they can't climb out via a tree and fall to their doom in just a moment here, like here. But yeah, so it may not sound super exciting. Puzzle feeders and puzzle feeders on zip lines are actually what I saw them do for the Detroit Zoo, which made me super excited because we're going to be moving near-ish Detroit. We're going to be moving up into Michigan, and we're going to be near the Detroit Zoo. And so I was hoping that the Detroit Zoo would have giraffes, and then I was hoping that they would be good to their giraffes. And then I went and I saw that they have a giraffe barn that has puzzle feeders for the giraffes. So that made me completely overjoyed and extremely excited. And I feel so bad for my puppies. I'm sorry, you guys. Oh my gosh, and that oak tree is actually kind of epic. Do you think we should leave it? Maybe we'll leave it. Maybe I can change the wood out with like acacia wood. Let me know what you think we should do with that. It wouldn't look like an acacia tree though. Gonna have to figure it out. Maybe it's just a unique oak tree that's out in the middle of nowhere. Maybe I could add some more layers to it, make it look like a baboa tree. That would be really cool. All right, and there's a zombie. Rude much. I am a giraffe, not a human. Why do you want to eat giraffe brains? You don't want giraffe brains. See, he's second guessing himself now. He's like, wait, giraffe brains? No, you're not. That's an invitation for some sort of exotic zombie food. So down you go. All right. So yes, all right, I spent way too long babbling about puzzle feeders and giraffes, but I hope you guys have learned something. If you haven't, then I'm impressed because I learned something today, and that's what I was going to tell you guys is just how much I love, like what sane person looks up things about giraffe barns on an average day. And I shouldn't say sane because really what average person looks up things about a giraffe barn on their average day? Not many. Not many. That's why you should always stay curious, and you should always try to keep your mind quite active and just discover new things and ask yourself questions and then follow up on those questions by looking up what's going on. So, all right, I think I'm going to have to get a good view, maybe an aerial view from my map here, on where we're going to cut this little part off back here, and we'll build our giraffe barn back here, I think, and maybe make this like the area where the giraffes can roam from there. And then over here, yeah, like we'll come down right up here, and this will be kind of like the giraffe triangle that we'll have going, and then we'll make this part of the like Jeep tour, and then you can get out of the Jeep tour and come and see the giraffe barn and maybe even earn a special ticket to be able to breed up a giraffe baby yourself. So that's going to be really fun. All right, enough babbling about giraffes, and we will get more done, and I promise I won't make you guys watch as I put down the entire fencing for the acacia pieces in the future either. That's just I was just so excited today. But all right, and I will see you guys next time. Let me know if you have any ideas, and then next time I will okay. Can Siri get out? Help? Where am I? Oh my gosh. I may have done it bad. Can I get out? Okay. Okay then. Alrighty then. And next time, Siri will finish putting down the safety precautions to make sure that nobody, giraffe nor Seri giraffe human hybrid, is able to almost jump to their doom down into the canyon that we're making there. So, oh my gosh. All right, enough babbling. We will continue to work on the zoo next time. We'll have a lot to do. I'm pretty excited. We need to go get the bamboo so I can make some thatching for the top of the giraffe barn. And things are going to start picking up the pace. I have a lot of trees to plant. We're going to have more trivia trees in the future too. So keep your ears out for that, you guys. I'm feeling really good, and just as a little last side note, my health is feeling a lot better, and I desperately miss zoo crafting. So you may be seeing some bonus zoo crafting episodes every day coming up in the future. I don't want to make any promises, but I wanted to thank you guys for your patience, because being able to rest the last couple of weeks has sincerely changed my health and my life, and I cannot wait because I'm just feeling the energy and the motivation, and at the end of the day my heart just comes back here again and again. So there's Seri chit chat, and we've got some work done, and I hopefully have shown you some pictures of what the inside of a giraffe barn looks like. And if you guys have any awesome ideas of things we could add for our giraffes, let me know, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.